Hi, I'm Macy from the Charleston County Public Library, and thanks for watching this virtual program. September is Library Card Sign-Up Month, and your Charleston County Library card is the key to a wealth of information and resources for free. Of course, we have tons of books. We also have movies, telescopes, museum passes, and gaming tablets for kids. And your library card gives you access to tons of digital content, like ebooks, audiobooks, music, and magazine subscriptions, plus access to databases for professional development, learning a new language, and genealogy research. Your library card is available for free if you live in Charleston County. Just stop by your neighborhood branch with your proof of address and your ID. For more information, visit ccpl.org.
Hello, my name is Christine Whipple and I am coming to you from the Wando Mount Pleasant Library. Today I am going to teach you a little bit about my newest obsession, which is polymer clay. It comes in different brands, comes in blocks this size, or you can get it in huge blocks, Sculpey, Primo, Fimo. There are different brands. And different brands do different things, and they have different softnesses. They have different qualities. And the best that I can tell you is to try each different type until you find the one that you like the best. Today we are going to be working with regular Sculpey. Sculpey is incredibly fun. There are so many things that you can do with it. You can make jewelry, you can make bowls, you can make pretty much anything. You're limited by your imagination. It is polymer clay, which means it has plastic in it. You have to bake it at a very low temperature, usually 275, for 30 minutes. And then it comes out incredibly hard. You can glaze it. There are a ton of tools that you can use, but there are only a few that you have to have. So they can sell you anything. I have bought bead makers. I have bought embossers, embossing sets. Like I said, I am obsessed with this, and you can spend your children's inheritance, or you can keep it simple. I'm going to show you what you have to have. You need to have a clean workspace. I've simply got a cutting board here, but you can use an acrylic cutting board. It's really nice to have ceramic tiles that you can build and then stick straight into the oven. I use a toaster oven at home, because I personally don't like the idea of mixing cooking with clay in case the chemicals are, I'm sure it's fine, but personally I don't do that. All you need is clay. You need a good cutting blade, very sharp cutting blade. You need some kind of a roller, and you need your fingers. And those are the only tools that you absolutely have to have. What we are going to learn today is the basics of clay and how to blend. And then I'm going to show you just a few really simple crafts that you can make that you could give as gifts. If you don't have a machine to blend it with, which I broke down and bought, and that is a pasta machine. There are pasta machines that you can spend hundreds of dollars on, and there are pasta machines that you can get for $20 at craft stores. The $20 ones at craft stores simply don't hold up. This was about $60. I sent off for it on Amazon, and it's incredibly sturdy, and I am in love with it. It's my newest tool, my newest toy. So let's get started. What I'm going to show you first is a simple Skinner blend. And that is where you're going to blend two colors, and you get a gradient of, you're going to have one blend slowly into the other, where you won't see a distinctive line. So let's start with a small piece. Use your cutting blade. Cut a small piece of each. So what you've got are, what I did was 2 brightly contrasting colors, so you can see the difference. The first thing you have to do with clay is you have to condition it, no matter what kind of clay you get. And what conditioning does is it softens the clay, it makes it easy to work with, and it works out the air bubbles. So air bubbles will ruin a design after it's baked. So you're going to work both of these until you get it soft. Just work it with your fingers. My grandmother did pottery when she started pottery when she was in her late 60s, and we thought that was great. It gave her an activity. What it did was it worked her hands because she was developing arthritis. And what I have found in my older age is she knew what she was talking about, because this feels great. So you soften the clay up, and then what you're going to do is you're going to roll it, both pieces, and you are going to stick them together to make roughly a square, and then you're going to roll it again. Now you see, you have pretty distinct edges. What you're going to do is you're going to fold that color to color. You're going to roll it color to color. Always fold away from you and try to match the colors as best you can. The more you roll this, the more fuzzed that line is going to become. What that's doing is it's blending the purple into the green. Okay, and this is called a simple Skinner blend. This is getting darker. The purple is kind of fuzzing the edge of the green. And then you can use this to make a pattern. You can use it for any number of things. If you're going to use a pasta machine, which makes this a lot easier and a lot faster, and it really is fun, you just put it in at the fold. See, the fold, the blend is smoother with the pasta machine. And you can do this several times. You can keep doing it until it is a complete blend. Okay, so from there, you can roll it. That way, you're going to have, it's the beginnings of what is called a cane, a simple cane. A cane is the blending of colors, and you work it with your hands. But you need to work the air out. And usually, how you do that is you're going to work up from the center, and when it gets too long, just push it back and keep working, just to make sure that you have all of the air out. You can make different designs, and that'll be a later class to show you how to make fancy designs like flowers and geometric designs. When you cut this open, you can use this as a, you can blend this. You can use it as a decoration on another project. The purpose of this is to show you how to blend colors. So, let's do the checkerboard. You're going to measure roughly equal sections of both. And you're just going to line it up. Here you go. You cut that piece and that piece. You're just going to stagger them in different directions. And then you put them together, mix them together as a cube, put the air out, and then you will end up with a checkerboard. You should always try to have an even number. We are going to stick these together, and then we're going to roll them. All right, and then you will, come on, cut them this way. Get the edges off. When this goes together, you will have roughly a checkerboard pattern. It's not, like I said, I am brand new to this, and this is not as neat as most checkerboard patterns, but I am just learning also to teach y'all. But there are 1,000 things that you can do with polymer clay. You can make jewelry. You can make beaded bracelets and necklaces. When we made our checkerboard, our messy little checkerboard cane there, we had scraps left over. Never throw away your scraps. Scraps are gold in different projects. What we can do with these scraps is make a bead. All you do with a bead, you can make a round bead, you can make a teardrop bead, use a toothpick to make a hole. My fancy equipment, use a toothpick to make a hole, and you bake it, and you have a bead that you can use. You can make them teardrop shaped, you can make them oblong, you can make them any shape that you can square, you can make them any shape that you can come up with. But any leftover scraps can be made into beads. I made a cane of camouflage. My grandson wanted I don't know why, but my grandson wanted some camouflage beads. I made a purple and blue cane. These are for a project, this is for a project I'm working on that has southwestern colors. This was a sheet that I had left over that I will use for something else. So, like I said, never throw away your scraps. This is the simplest project I could think of for you to master. What I got was I got a little circle of beige and made a round shape. I baked it, 275 for 30 minutes. What I ended up with, there are two different ways that you can go with this. What I made was a bookmark. This is if you paint the face. This is a simple painted face, and these are two simple beads that I made. It's for a paperback book. You can make the string longer or just one, and I have attached it with a cup holder. That's if you have acrylic paints. I baked the bead and then I painted later. I wanted to see what would happen if you painted or drew on the face before. This is a face of a tiny little child, And I used permanent magic marker on these, regular Sharpies. If you don't have paints, you don't need paints. You can use whatever you have at hand. And you can turn this into one of my grandchildren wants a set of marbles. What I can do is make these. I can glaze them, which will make them able to withstand being hit against each other. You could make a set of personalized marbles. You could build a small chess set. You can hand build pretty much anything. I used scraps, all of the scraps I had left over, to make beads. And then I just save them in a container for when I need them for the next project. You cannot get easier or more fun than Sculpey. But let me tell you, it can suck you in and you are lost forever. I am, like I said earlier, absolutely addicted to this. And I am not positive there's a 12-step program for that. There are any number of YouTube videos on how to make just about anything with polymer clay. How to build frameworks to make figures. How to do flower pots and decorations for other glass objects. Anything that you can put in an oven and bake, you can use Sculpey on. There's liquid Sculpey. If you have molds, it is endless what you can do with this. And I highly recommend that you try it. It's not expensive. One of these blocks is $2 or a little less. And if you've got any smooth surface to roll with and a sharp knife, then you're in business. And there are people who make their living selling jewelry and objects from Sculpey. You're limited by your imagination. Have fun. See you next time. Thanks.